up, you guys? It's Ali Renee, and I'm back, and I'm better. And today, I just wanted to do like a little Bible study talk in regards of being a good friend and how to encounter situations when there's evil and people aren't treating you right, or maybe your friends aren't. You know, you're struggling with forgiveness and grace. And I'm in Proverbs, and I was reading this section today. Well, not today, but a couple days ago. But I really was reflecting on this, and I want to start with this scripture. It's Proverbs 25:21. If your enemy is hungry, give them food to eat. If he's thirsty, give them water to drink. In doing this, you will heap your burning coals on his head, and the Lord will reward you. So what I get from this is, don't reward evil with evil. Treat your enemies with kindness. Now, you will steep down to somebody's level if you reward evil with evil. You never fight evil with evil. No matter how bad someone's treated you, you keep your heart pure. You keep your heart pure. You give forgiveness. And something that we have to understand is you can forgive people, but they don't have to be in your proximity. So what that looks like is, I'm going to give this person grace. I'm going to pray for them, even no matter what they said to me, what they did to me, but you remove yourself from the situation. You remove yourself from the presence of that person, but you don't reward evil with evil. That's not doing anything, and God doesn't like that. God don't like ugly. So you just got to learn how to give grace, and it can be hard. It can be hard when someone hurt you so bad and you just want to insult them. You want to get back at them. You want revenge. But what is that doing for you in the long run? You're going to live with a guilty conscience. You're going to live with knowing that you lost your character. You're going to live with knowing that you did something that was hurtful towards someone. And how I like to look at it, when someone's treating me wrong and I know my heart has been true and pure the whole time, you have to shift your mindset into thinking of, okay, what is this person going through? My initial thought a lot of times, like even when it just comes down to road rage or just someone being snappy that you don't even know, they might be having a bad day. That's my first thought. I mean, first, you want to look at yourself and, was I wrong? Self-reflection and being honest with yourself and being transparent is very important. Where am I flaw? Where am I flawing at? Where are my flaws at? But a lot of times, sometimes, it's not you, it's them. But you do have to have the mindset of looking at yourself in the mirror and recognizing your flaws. If you're seeking a pattern in what some people are saying to you, maybe it is true. And maybe you really got to ask God and say, God, please reveal to me what am I not seeing? What are the flaws I have? But if it's just someone just treating you wrong for no reason, look at why are they reacting this way? Did I say something that maybe triggered them, that happened to them in their childhood? Did they have a bad day this morning? Maybe they didn't get enough sleep last night. Maybe they just got off a phone call and they got fired from their job. You have no idea what someone's going through, and all you can do is pray for them. If you know that your heart is pure and you know that you've been living with true intentions, then you don't have to worry about that. You can afford to not act out of character and let somebody bring you down, or give someone that control to make you lose character when it's just they're having a bad day. I'm just going to give you grace. I'm going to give you space. So that's what I got from that scripture. My next scripture I wanted to read is Proverbs 25:27. It's not good to eat too much honey, nor is it honorable to search out matters that are too deep. So what I got from this scripture is self-control is wisdom. Self-control is wisdom. And seeking too much self-attention and too much money, too much fame, it's only going to revolt. And what I mean by that is this is a scripture that's really talking about humility. Like, don't feed into like money, like your or fame, money, materialistic things. You want so much of this, and you have to think about your desires. Like, are you wanting these things to impress somebody, to make someone think a certain way about you? And also, like, where it says, where I got is self-control is wisdom. That can play a part in all aspects of life. Self-control is going to get you far in life. If you can control your anger, if you can control your fleshly desires, if you can control your emotions, if you can control how you react to people, if you can control how much you work out or how much you eat of the bad things, like, that is wisdom. And being able to control in a situation where someone is treating you wrong. Can I control myself and compose myself and speak, what I really need to say in that moment and not react off of their reaction? You know what I'm saying? So that will take you far. Self-control is wisdom. And another scripture that I really love, this is honestly my favorite scripture right now, is as a dog returns to his vomit, so fools repeat their folly. This is huge. So the more you return to the things not good for you, God will return the lesson until you learn. This is something we all need to hear, and me included. Like, if you notice a pattern, or God has been sending you sign after sign, it could be a relationship that you're in, or a habit that you partake in, or something you're watching all the time, or someone you're talking to all the time, a conversation that you're having over and over and over and over. If God keeps putting a sign in your life that this is not Christ-like, this is not sent from God, and you keep entertaining it, he's going to keep providing you that lesson until you learn. And me personally, like, this has happened, like, with maybe a guy I was interested in. Not maybe, yes, this personal experience. Like, I saw sign after sign, and I ignored it. And I was like, I'm just going to give grace. I'm going to stick it through. And it's like, yes, some situations you want to stay strong. You want to work on things. But like, there comes a point where you have to take those signs and really listen to them and take action upon them. Like, don't learn a lesson and repeat it and expect a different outcome. If you want change, you got to change. Like, that's like, oh, I'm mad that my face is breaking out, but I know that if I eat dairy, my face breaks out. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I have acne. And then I go and eat some cottage cheese. True story, by the way. This is a personal experience. I love cottage cheese. And I kept eating it, and then the next day I complained that I broke out. I knew what was going to happen. I've seen the pattern a million times. Just because I'm doing it on a different day don't mean it's the outcome ain't going to be the same. So you gotta take the lesson for what it is. Take people for who they are and how they treat you. Not the potential you see in them, but for how they treat you right now in this moment. How are they treating you right now? What lesson are you learning right now? What have they shown you? What actions have they shown you? How much love have they shown you? That is what you need to pay a lot of attention to. So yes, don't eat your own vomit. I'm kind of going all over the place. This is just a good scripture. As water reflects the face, so one reflects the heart. A man's word can be deceitful, but the way one lives their life is a true reflection of their hearts. That's what I wrote down on the meaning I got from this scripture. So basically, this is really deep, y'all. I wanted to talk about this actually. So as you guys know, I was not always a Christian. I moved to LA 2 years ago, and I got into church. Long story, I'll make another video on that. But I've noticed that there is a lot of worldly Christians. And prior to becoming a Christian, that was something that always conflicted my mind, because I'd see and meet Christians and Mormons, and they would be some of the worst people I've ever met. And not even like worse as in like they're just like criminals and all this stuff, but like they would be the ones like doing all the things that they preach not to do. And that was always conflicting for me, and that kept me away from religion, because I'm like, I'm meeting all these people and they got this, got that, got God tatted on them. They got God in their bio. They get on stage and first thing I gotta thank God. And then they turn around and they doing some worldly stuff. And it's not like it's just a mistake, like I'm working on my flesh. No, they choose to. And it's a reoccurrence. And that was really conflicting for me. And I've had to retrain my brain to not prejudge someone. You're a Christian, so you're good. You're good. That equals good. Because and the thing is about Christianity, you're not expected to be perfect. That's the thing. I understand that. No one's ever perfect. I'm not perfect. But I had to disassociate the good and just because you believe this means you're not going to treat me wrong. You're not going to do this. You're not going to do that, because that's not true. Just because you meet someone in church does not mean they're a great person. Just because they believe in God doesn't mean they're a great person. And there's a fine line between a Christian who's trying to purify their heart and live a more righteous life, and a Christian who knows better but doesn't do better. Like, there's a fine line, and I've met both. And, this scripture really just says, like, it doesn't matter what you say or what you preach. It's how you live your life. And what's done in the dark is going to come to the light. And how you guys, I want to make a whole nother video on this, but how you guys live your life is a reflection of what you value and what you believe in. No matter what you say, what you have tatted on you, what you have in your bio, none of that. I don't care if you go to church every Sunday. How do you live your life? And that's kind of how you have to think, and think like God is always in the room all the time. God sees the messages I send. God sees the things I say. God sees the things I watch. God sees how I treat people, how I treat myself, how much time I give him, how much time I'm in my word, how much time I'm praying, how I show gratitude. He sees everything. He knows everything. He knows the desires of my heart. So you have to look at it like that. Because anybody can go post on their Instagram and God this, God that, God is so good, and then turn around and do some crazy stuff. So you really want to take a look at, how are you living your life? Is this a reflection of what you believe in and what you value? Is this a reflection of your love for God? You got to be real with yourself, though. How are you living your life? Do you know better and you're not doing better? Why do we make some sins okay and some not? Why? Okay, I'm just gonna do this sin, but this one's really bad. Who gets to say that? Who gets to say in that? That's always what I didn't understand. Like, I'm gonna do all this, but this one, I don't know about that. That's a little too hard for me. And they won't even try. And I'm encouraging you guys. To strive to live a righteous life, live a Christ-like life, walk like you are Christ-like. Be Christ-like. Purify your heart, and don't compare different sins. Okay, this one's okay, but not this one. But I'll do this one. But no. And like I said, you don't have to be perfect. I'm not perfect. I would be lying if I said I'm perfect, and I've never sinned in my life. I'd be lying to y'all, and that's another sin. But it's like, try. That's only gonna do good for you. So I just want to use this as encouragement. I think I'm gonna do another Bible video because I don't want this one to be too long. But I love y'all so much, and God bless you. And I'm gonna do more of these. And make sure you check out my Instagram and my YouTube and my TikTok. But thanks for all your support. Comment what your favorite part was and what you want me to study next. I love y'all. Bye.